Hi, my name is Lily Soto, coming to you from Mckendree Records. Today we have our guest star, Artist of the Month, Miss Sadie here with her new hit, The Ballad of Bonnie and Clyde, featuring Pharaoh. And today we're here to talk to her, get to know her a little better, and figure out where all this inspiration came from. So just to start off, please introduce yourself to the crowd. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do here on campus, what you're involved in.
I'm Sadie. I'm a criminal justice and psychology major here at Mckendree. I'm involved in some of the bands and show choir and dance ensemble. And yeah, I mean, other than that, I just do the normal college girl thing.
Normal college girl thing. I like that. I guess my first question to you is, how has music influenced you?
I think growing up, I think everybody's obviously introduced to music and stuff like that. But I think it can have different effects on people. So me growing up, everybody goes through hard times, and obviously people have the different coping things. I think music was always that for me.
Okay.
Knowing that, like, you know, I got to go to band class at the end of the day, or to choir, or whatever, or, you know, just to put in some earphones at the end of the day, that always helped. So
as you know, in the music industry, there's constantly this brag about the process, and the process specifically encompassing you reaching your goals and aspirations. So just tell us a little bit about your personal take on that, and what did you dislike about the process here for Mckendree Records? But leading just from when you first heard the beat, when you first were picked to developing the song, to now becoming Artist of the Month.
So I think my personal process took a lot longer than others.
Okay.
Because, you know, I met Omar and stuff at the beginning of last semester, and we didn't fully start getting like a gauge on like vocal stuff or beats until this semester. But I think that just chilling in the studio and hearing like different beats that would come on when Omar would be playing them and stuff like that, and like finally finding that one where you're like, this is it, you know. And I don't know, I love the process because I love the people, you know, that are involved in Mckendree Records and stuff like that. It's always very easy, not complicated to, you know, do what you actually want to do. So
is there any memorable time you may have during that process?
I think it was the day after we picked the beat and we decided, you know, what we were doing. We wrote or whatever. We spent the whole day writing, and it was that next day, and my schedule was so busy. So we were like, well, when can we fit time? And it was like 8 a.m. We were like, 8 a.m. is the only time. So we came in at 8 a.m. We were both so tired, and, you know, I think it was just a good experience because we were so tired, but we didn't let that get in the way of what we were doing because we loved what we were doing.
Yeah, they always say, do what you love. Okay, so obviously music is a tremendous part in your life, and with all the artists that you've grown up listening to, which one do you best identify with?
Probably, this sounds really weird, but Amy Winehouse.
Okay.
Okay. Obviously, people know her for the drug side of her music, but I think she was very influencing, like, when it came to like the type of music she made and like how she made her music, because it wasn't genre, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, oh, she's jazz or she's pop or she's hip hop. It was very R&B and soul, but mixed with jazz. But then sometimes she'd have electric beats.
She had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, exactly. And I really appreciated that, because I don't think that like anybody should be, you know, refined to one category. Because I think that, you know, your voice should be able to span across all categories. So I think that we both identify in that same type of way.
Okay. So based off that, do you think the style and the taste of the music that that your role model, has fed into you, do you think that's something that you're doing for your listeners?
Yeah, I do. I mean, even the song that me and Omar made, it wasn't like in my comfort zone, you know. And so, I mean, it was kind of like, okay, you know, like, this is something I can work with maybe, you know. And I did, and I was like, okay, like, this is something I could do. And I think that her music definitely helped me realize that.
So after listening to your song, there's obviously a lot of emotion and a lot of words within the lyrics that listeners can resonate with. And with that, it was a personal experience, some real experience that kind of happened that led you to write this song. And so I'm kind of wondering if that's true. Kind of what inspired you to come up with the song that you and Pharaoh did? Like, how was that collaboration all around?
I think that the collaboration was very, it was weird because it was two-sided, but then it was like one side at the same time, you know. We came to mutual agreements about, you know, the lyrics that we were going to put out and the style and stuff like that, but I think that we both wrote our own parts.
Okay.
And I think that we probably both have, you know, feelings about each of our parts that, you know, resonate with each other. So, I mean, personally, it wasn't about anybody specific for me, but I think that any love song ever, any song in general, is inspired by something, you know, inspired by some type of feeling or emotion you've had for someone or something in your lifetime. So,
I think it's wonderful when artists can tell a story as you're listening to their song, rather than just putting a bunch of words together that rhyme.
Yeah.
And with a nice hook to it. So that's really wonderful. So what type of message do you portray consistently in your music?
Purity, probably.
Purity?
I mean,
like
not like, you know, like religious purity or anything like that, but like just like pureness within like yourself and within the, you know, the words that you speak in life in general. Because I'm just a firm believer of, you know, I don't really care what you say, you know, as long as you know that that's purely coming from you and your soul. So I mean, I think that my music definitely states that. I mean, you know, regardless of what the lyrics are or if anybody agrees with the lyrics, I mean, as long as it's purely coming from me, that's all I care about.
And I completely agree with you 100%. So then that leads me, I'm just out of curiosity, how long have you been singing?
I mean, I've been singing kind of all my life, not like publicly or anything.
Okay.
I've always had like stage fright when it came to any type of music, which is weird because I've always been involved in music. You know, I've always been in like musicals and plays, and obviously,
that's very interesting.
Yeah, I've obviously done, you know, band all my life and stuff like that. But I think stage fright is definitely something that stopped me from reaching my full potential in like high school and stuff like that. And personally, like I was never told as a child or, you know, anything that like, oh, you're a great singer or you have a good voice. You know, I was always just told like, okay, you know, like yeah, you can come into choir, you can kind of sing, you know. And I think I always had friends who were musically talented, but always got the, you know, the higher up when it came. And I always just kind of took a backseat because I'm very supportive of my friends and stuff like that. So I think that definitely coming here and then meeting the people I did, I think I was very blessed with that because the people that I met, you know, at the studio and stuff like that definitely helped to bring up my confidence, you know, when it came to like stage fright or singing in front of other people. And I think that anybody in the studio can tell you now, I'm like, you want me to sing for you? Sure. You know, it's very...
I always get so frustrated when I know people have, like when I hear someone singing and they have a beautiful voice and I'm like go ahead and sing, and then they're just like, they have stage fright and they just don't. Like, what? Like, I wish I could sing. But that's really great, and I'm really happy that you were able to find that here, especially going and making that transition from high school to college. And I think that's very great. So with that, I guess my last question to you is, will we be hearing anything else? Is there anything you're working on? Any projects?
I won't say too much.
Okay.
But yeah, I especially since like dropping the song or whatever, I've definitely been like working more when it comes to kind of trying to define what I want to do with music, you know, because obviously I'm here for criminal justice psychology, and I hope to be in the FBI one day, but obviously, you know, I'm trying to find where, you know, my music fits in with all of this and like with my path and stuff. And I think that I've continued to write since, and me and Jericho are working on something right now. But I think I'll continue for a while, as long as I can at least.
You go for it. You reach for the sky. All right. I want to thank you. Thank you for meeting with me. Thank you for your time and answering all these questions. I hope our viewers were inspired by some of the answers that you gave, and I hope that pushes them to get out of their comfort zone and just really, really go out there to try to push and pursue their dreams. So thank you.
Thank you.
There we have it, guys. Miss Sadie writes.